Hello, everyone. Welcome to my universe. So, this last week was a bit exciting. Not a lot happened, but I think I got my recursive pipes working. In theory. I haven't had a lot of time for testing it because it took me a few tries to get me something workable. So I figured that today I'd go through the code that got it all working real quick, and then we do some testing. And I'd see what kind of horrible abominations I can make. Yeah, I'll show you one that I've already gotten working, because just the first one that my husband wanted to test, but after that, let's just see what kind of stupid stuff we can do. I'll start with some basic things and go from there. But for now, this is how it all works. So every time you build something, we call this function here to start recalculating everything. And then we go through and we reset everything that is not the extractor. Extractor should not be reset. It's kind of important that they have their values. And then you can see already there's a bit of looping here. I'm a little bit concerned. I think it'll be okay. I don't think that there will ever be a time where we're handling millions of pipes. I think at worst, it probably won't even break like 10,000. So I think it'll be okay. Just given it's all raw math, and computers are real good at math. I think it'll be fine. So we go through, and I'm actually kind of wondering if, well, no, never mind. Anyway, this is the nice part about trying to explain what you're doing, is that it kind of makes you question what you were doing before, so I do apologize if I start, what's the word? Just start thinking about what could be done better as I'm going through and trying to explain all this. But anyway, we go through, we find the extractors, and I set this to vector2.infinity. Basically, that is my placeholder for this has not been set when it's a vector 2, because it doesn't let you just set it to null or something. And what'll happen here is that if a phylactery is found while making a path, then we know that we need to update stats, because there are other things that will take energy. Right now it's just vaporizers, but it'll become more relevant a little bit later. We plan to have recipes that will take certain amounts of each element, and then you shove them in a tank, and they'll be processed into other things that will do stuff beyond what the basic elements can do. So this is actually relevant, because even if there's no phylactery, there may be endpoints. And this basically just tells you when do you actually update the player's stats. But besides that, we go through, we make a path. Yeah, sure, I guess I can show that real quick. It's just right here. And all we do is we go through the pipe dictionary, more or less, and we start with the initial extractor. I always start from the source itself. And I see, hey, can we find what I'm defining as an endpoint? And if we can find that, then we get this array of the path. And in order to find it, we just kind of go through. And we go through and we go through and we check to see if they're connected. So next here in this context is just, how to say, so when I create pipes, I keep track of where they get energy from, their current location, and what they will give energy to. So this sees if the next pipe that we're looking at in the pipe dictionary is on the tile that the previous pipe we were looking at gives to. And then a little further down, you see if it's a phylactery or a vaporizer, we don't care what direction it's facing. I just decided to do it like that for now. I decided I didn't want to care about rotation for reasons. But if it's anything else, we also check to make sure that that pipe receives from the pipe that we were looking at. So that would stop situations where you might have a pipe turned sideways. No cheesing that. And then we just have to do some special things. This is basically just making sure that it doesn't get caught in an infinite loop if you have a pipe that goes around in a circle, more or less. And then for these guys, you have to make sure we check both sides of the splitter. And so those are the special conditions, and otherwise you just kind of keep going. And then once you get there, we verify that you reached an endpoint, and we've returned the path. Otherwise, nothing. And then back up here, after we've determined that there's a path, we check to make sure it exists. If it's empty, no path was found, and we don't have to do anything anymore. All is well. And then we start getting the numbers, and this was the one that I was having a bit of trouble with. Or more accurately, a bit of trouble with just one aspect. Because if we look at the function here, it's actually pretty straightforward until we get to the looping pipes. That's why they're nightmares. And that's why they haunt my dreams. But everything else, not bad at all. We get the path here, so that's what this guy is. We get the path that we just made in that previous function. And sorry, my nose is just so itchy. And you can see that the local variables here are all to do with recursive pipes. Everything else doesn't need it. It's just super easy. It's fantastic. I mean, let's go look at the size. The only reason that this exists is to check for recursive pipes. So if recursive pipes did not exist, the whole thing would be done with just that. You can see it on screen, even with me increasing the font size. It's super straightforward. You just go through, and you look, hey, if there's a splitter, if it's balanced, and I do some checks for that, then you just divide by 2. Super easy. Super nice. And if it's not a splitter, then all you gotta do is tell this guy to send its what's currently inside of it, the energy inside of it, to the next one. And that's it. You just look at the connections, and if it's there, if it's real, well, there you go. You go ahead and send the energy there. It's great. And the only reason that this guy has to exist is to check for pipes that loop around. Recursive pipes, as I've been calling them. And it's pretty straightforward. We just go through, and I have a function that will check for loops. I'll go through that later. But if we don't find any loops, if there is no pipe recursion here, then it's just a glorified normal pipe. All is well. You just keep going normally. Splitters are really the only one that have special conditions in that regard. And then, this is what you have to do if I find some pipe recursion. I'll go over in a second, but let's just scroll through it and enjoy all the silliness. Look how big this thing is. And this was just to make sure that nothing explodes and that everything is calculated correctly. It's about 3 times as long as literally everything else. It's terrible. I hate it. But there's a lot of things that had to be done, and oh man, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I managed to get everything right this time. I do think it should be fine. But I'm gonna hammer on that hard, because this is probably one of the most important parts of the code here. So I do want to hammer on it a bit, And even then, I'm a little bit concerned because there's a mechanic that I haven't implemented yet. And I don't mean just going between rooms and those kinds of important things. I mean an actual fundamental gameplay mechanic where we wanted to have it such that when opposing elements, so water and fire, air and earth in this case, when they meet in a pipe, they cancel each other out. Yeah, they basically just turn into nothing. It's okay. You know, everything, it's a lot of words, but it is very straightforward because literally all this is, hey, do you find a splitter? Okay, divide by 2. Otherwise, do nothing. We just send the elements further down. The only reason any of this really has to exist is because of splitters. And then we get into the recursion, and it's terrible and awful. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah. So, the idea is that when fire and water, or air and earth come into the pipe, that they cancel each other out. They just, they turn into nothing. And then the phylactery is only supposed to be able to accept something if it is purely that element. So, right now, the current pipes in them have air and water. In the actual game, once we're done, this would not be accepted. Either the water or the air would have to be canceled out before it would be considered acceptable. Phylactery would only accept a pure element. And I'm a little bit worried about this. Maybe more than a little bit, because it means I'm gonna have to look at this function again, and I'm already dreading it. But anyway, as it works now, after we've done all the math, we just put it on the real pipe, because I've been using largely a placeholder thing that I can manipulate safely without causing shenanigans. So I'll leave it at that. And then we put it actually into the pipe dictionary. The source of truth. And the elements become real. And yeah, that's all this is. And then this gets the less important pipes. Yes. So there we go. I'm not really gonna go into some of these helper functions. The details aren't really that important. Point is, it helps it work. And then everything I had to do for recursion, I mean, legit. It is so much bigger than everything else. It's just... I'm dying. So, I just gotta go over what I had to do there just to get this thing to freaking work. I'm sure that there's a better way to do it, but hell if I know what it is. And I think this is working. I hope this is working. Anyway, first I make this array up here. This what this first local variable is for. And if I find a merge pipe that is in fact looping, then I add it to that list, and that's about all I do, at least for now. So this check for pipe loop will just give us a array of the path and everything inside it, so that I can loop over it later. And then yeah, we get to add it to that big array at the top, and if it's not empty, oh no, we have a looping pipe. Panic, everyone. So, the first thing I have to do is make it so that I kind of prune anything that's too similar. So that I'm going to need an example for, because trying to explain this would not work without a visual. So let's go look at my husband's save when he tried to test something. Why is it off screen? And my buttons aren't working. Okay, well that was weird. Anywho, I don't know why this corner's off screen right now, but don't worry about it. So, if I talk about this, I must have accidentally done something when I was configuring something in OBS. Unfortunate. No, that's not an OBS problem. There we go. Oh, and then I broke it. Pain. Let me reset that. Oh. Well, adding a bunch of screaming is accurate to my mood. I'm not sure why it suddenly selected Godot again, but these things happen. But now you can see the path here. Okay, so this is the initial extractor. So the energy comes up here, it goes up here, and then it comes around. And this was one of our first recursive pipe tests. And you can see there are 2 merge pipes here. We got 2 right there. And if we look at which pipes are in this loop, well, we got this one, and then we got the splitter here, and then it goes around like this. We got the splitter here, and it goes over here and into this merge pipe and up here. And that's that loop. Now this loop right here, it starts here, goes up, and then we get all those, and wouldn't you know, all those pipes are basically the same. And I don't think we should be treating this recursive pipe the same as this recursive pipe. We don't really need to do it twice. This one is just a glorified normal pipe. I'm pretty sure he only made it a merge pipe because of the format and the direction he wanted it to go suited him. And maybe just because he felt like doing something with a different source later, I don't know. But, point being, is that the path around here and the path around here were virtually identical. They literally went through the same pipes. And I don't want them to be looping and doing weird stuff multiple times if the pipes are literally the same. So, I go through and I eliminate ones that are basically identical to other paths that we've seen, just in case something like that happens. I think it's right. I hope it's right. I'm explaining this for my own sake too, just to come up with things to test. Right now, I'm just letting it loop 10 times. I might try to find a better way to do that based on amounts left in the pipes and stuff, but looping 10 times is fine for now. Let's see. So the first pass through, we have to do some special stuff. And otherwise, we reset everything to 0 except in the initial merge pipe. I'm trying to... Let me see if I can explain why we have to do that. So these recursive pipes, the pipes of nightmares, the way that I'm kind of making it work, if we scroll down, is certain parts of these look pretty similar. And you can see that if we got a splitter, what will the game be at the end? It is going to be a Metroidvania, except for rather than having your things like your movement speed, your jump height, your attack, or your HP be fixed as they are in most Metroidvanias, you're going to be building a neat little factory on the side. And if your factory is well optimized and running well, then you'll be able to run faster, jump higher, attack better, just do more damage, and you'll have more HP. So it'll, let you do things like one-shot enemies, run through lava, whether that's because you're fast or just exceedingly tough, and jump into the stratosphere. It'll be fantastic. So that's the basic premise. And so these calculations that I'm running right now are basically going to determine your stats. So I guess I can show that real quick. So right now I have just a default run speed because I was testing some things. But let's do jumping. So you can see at the beginning here, you can kind of see the text above his head flicker. And that's because the player is briefly going into the jump state. Just very, very briefly. But since he has no actual jump height, he lands on the ground immediately and immediately leaves it. So let's get some air. This Greenosaurus has air in it. And now, whoosh. Look, I can jump. And there's also some air in this blue one over here. This one has air and water. And it has less air than the one over here. And look, I can't jump as high. So that's the basic idea. And then, you know, if I decide to go ahead and just get both of these, get really fancy here. Whoosh! You jump really high! So that's the basic idea. We fully expect people to break the game. It's gonna be great. We're so excited to see how people just completely cheese areas by making awesome factories. Yeah. So yeah, the base. So here I'm trying to just run through each one. Like I said, we gotta do this every time. But the reason I want to reset everything to 0 every time is you can see this little plus equals here. This will add it to whatever was there previously. Ah. Yep. More or less. So that's the idea. That's what we're hoping for. And that is why getting this math right is really, really important. Because it affects... It is like the point of the game. It is what makes it different from other Metroidvanias. So I really don't want to mess around here. And this recursive pipe is really important because it'll be what lets you divide your elements into thirds. And I think that's something that we really want people to do. Because right now, you know, we got splitters that'll divide things in half. So if you have one splitter, it'll divide it in half. If you have, and then if you divide that half again into half, you'd get quarters. But there'd be nothing that would let you do thirds without having a pipe looping back on itself. So, as much as I dread the nightmare pipes, they are really, really important. We do want people to be able to divide things into thirds. And you know what? I personally enjoy very cursed spaghetti factories in my factory building games. I think they're wonderful. So I want people to be able to make the cursed factory of their dreams. Considering that the protagonist is going to be a lich, I think that letting people make super cursed and evil looking things is super important here. So I want people to be able to make whatever they want, and I want my math to be able to handle anything that people throw at me. And that's what I'm hoping for here. But yeah, the reason I reset everything to 0 is because of this. And this is important to do, because if you have multiple splitters feeding into something, so if like something splits and then merges back together later, or if something splits and then feeds into the phylactery twice somewhere, it needs to be able to add to what is already there. And so that is why we reset everything to 0 every time, so that this way, as we're looping through this path 10 times, you know, via this while loop here, it doesn't just exponentially explode. And instead we get the correct number that we're actually looking for. So, you have to do some silly things in order to get this to work. And then... let's see, what was this one for again? Oh yeah, this is just handling everything that's not a split pipe. And then I have to do something a little bit special for when it finds the merge pipe at the beginning. As you can see, I do not plus equals this. This is just equals. And what I have to do is take what it finds in the pipes, and then add it back to the original amount that came through. Yeah. And then at the end, we finally get to set the placeholder. So that this way we can set it all properly down here, and I can see that there's some other shenanigans. I don't remember why I had to do this. I'll take my word for it. But yeah, it was quite the thing. And then I have some stuff printing. It gives me a bunch of data here. I think I might actually want to simplify some of this. I tried to make the font bigger so that it's actually a little bit more visible, so you guys can see me rejoice when the math is wrong and cry when it is not. What is the game about? Well, it's going to be a Metroidvania, where rather than having things like your movement speed, your jump height, your attack damage, and your HP fixed, as is the case in many a Metroidvania, you're building an awesome factory on the side. And if your factory is well optimized, you'll be able to run faster, jump higher, do more damage, and have just loads of HP. So, you know, theoretically, if your factory's really great, you'll be able to do things like one-shot enemies, run through lava, whether that's because you're really, really fast, or have just, you know, boatloads of HP, and, you know, jump into the stratosphere. It'll be great. We look forward to seeing how people manage to break the game. Yeah, I've already got some of that coded. I'll do the demonstration again, where if you look at the player here, I hit the jump button, you can kind of see the text above his head is showing its current state, flicker, and that's because currently there's no jump height. Player cannot jump at all. And so he enters the jump state and then exits it immediately because there's no jump height. But if I were to put some stuff on this little green source here, suddenly you can jump. And if I were to put one on this blue one instead, there's less in it, so you can see you don't jump as high. But if I were to combine the two, then you jump really, really high. And that's the basic gist. So right now, I'm going to be testing my math. But first, I kind of want to refine my print statements, just so that they don't look like this. I want their information to be a little bit more focused. So, let's see. We're going to print name, and then I want its location. So we're going to have that. Plus, string. So just refining this just a little bit. So that... yeah, we're good. And oh, come on, give me my quote. There we go. Space, or no space there. Comma, space. And then... oh no, you're not supposed to be name, you're supposed to be X. And Y. There we go. Okay. Do I have an extra? I do, but it's because I missed one here. Okay. So there we go. That'll give me the location. And then I think the only thing besides that I really need is elements. And that should be fine. Okay. So there we go. That should be a slightly cleaner print here. Is there anything else I kind of want to refine? I don't really feel like I need the path anymore. I'm pretty confident in my path creation. That was from an earlier one that I just never cleared out, so let's get rid of that. Basically, I think some of my testing is going to involve really, really long pipe chains, and I want to make sure that the editor does not overflow. Sometimes it gets mad if you try to make too many print statements. Which I think is a bit silly, but it's not my choice. Okay. So I think we're ready to go. I will start with some super basic stuff. Before we jump into the nightmare pipes, because they scare me. So, I've already shown just the most basic of basics, which is we get the extractor and we get the phylactery. And what do you know? It is showing the correct amount of water here, and it's covered up by the chat. Man, I tried to make things smaller so that it wouldn't be. I'm gonna move the chat then. Okay, guys, you're gonna sit over here on top of my head again. I'm not really using the inspector today, so this is fine. And I'll just go ahead and move my foreground down a little bit. Let's get these clouds out of the way. They're very nice and very soothing, but right now they're in the way. And this is my universe, so I get to decide where they go. So there we go. Now you can actually see the number. And now we got a nice little printout here of everything in it. This does look the way I would expect. And I think that this will be quite easy to read. So I will be able to make sure that everything is as it should be. I say nervously. Okay. So, let's continue with the super basic things. If I add a pipe on the way, are we still good? We sure are. And I'll just go ahead and test the various pipes here and make sure that everything is as I expect, at least for now. But so far so good. I'm feeling pretty good about the basic stuff. But I just want to make sure before I jump into anything, because if I have to track down a bug that has nothing to do with recursive pipes, I'm going to cry. So I don't want to cry on stream. That's embarrassing. Alright, and so we have the splitter here, since this side does not have anything on it. The splitter is not balanced, so all of the element goes into here. So let's add something to make the splitter balanced. So we get 100, which is correct, because now the splitter is balanced, and everything goes to that side. Is the vaporizer also getting 100? Yes. So that is perfect. Alright. And I want to do the same thing, but on the other side. So this time the phylactery is on this side. We're getting the correct amount there. And we're good. Alright. One last easy test before we get into scary stuff. I'm gonna put a merge pipe, like, right here. And I am going to merge two together. I actually don't remember what is in this one. So let me double check that. What are you in? What's in you again? Source 3. 200 water. Okay. Okay, so this guy has 200 water. Alright, I gotta do something about that. Actually, instead of doing it like that, if I do it like this, are we good? Yeah, okay. I'm also paying very close attention to how it feels to drag the pipes around. Also very important, and if anything about them feels bad, I'm going to try to fix that today too. I might want to do something about the scenario that I just did, but I'm also not sure. It's tough. It's tough to know exactly what should be done. But anyway, so if I put this here, we should get 400 water. 800. Did I miss-see the amounts that were in them? Because I thought this one had 200. Let me see. Yeah, so 200 water and a 400 air. And you have source 3. Water of 200. 800 is definitely not correct. Okay, well, I guess I'm glad that I double checked. Yeah. So where is it getting extra stuff here? So if we have 200 water here, 400 air. So it should just have 200 water, and then we come down here. This has just 200 water, so yes, I am reading it right. And then suddenly it decides it has 600 instead of 400. So something is being added twice here. Okay. Well, let's find out why that's happening. See, this is why I wanted to do the basics before I did anything weird. Because that's not right. So... Alright, why is this happening? Ah, you know what? I think I know why it's happening. I think it's because at the beginning here, I don't actually reset that elements thing. So it has all of the elements from the previous pipes still in it, which, since it got transferred over to, like, the real version, the pipe dictionary, the source of truth, I don't need to be keeping things in here anymore, and in fact, it is undesirable because it will get you extra stuff. And no. Do not want things to be having extra stuff. So, what we gotta do is... Let's see, do I need to do an extra loop in order to make that happen? I think I do, because I set things based on the pipes that it's connected to. It, basically, it goes downstream, so I need to make sure that the pipe after it is also cleared, and that seems important. So, yeah, we gotta do it just at the beginning. For pipe in path. Okay. And at least this is easy. I just need this. So I'll steal that. This should be pipe. Elements element equals 0. There we go. You know, one more loop. What's the worst that could happen? So I think that should fix that issue. And you know what? I probably should have saved the blueprint. I don't want to kill my husband's abomination. So give me just a sec. I'm going to go into my files and create a new save. I do not have the ability to do that in the game at the moment. So I just need to go in there. Shoot, where was it? Users, yeah. Then into app data, okay. Where was it after this? Someday I will remember where all these things are. Okay. Anyway, I found it. We're good. Okay, so now I can safely create a new save for everything I want to be testing specifically for today. Actually, I guess I'll use my existing save. I'm already in here. Okay. So there we go. I have my splitter array. But this isn't what I need right now. So let's do that same test again. And this time we have the merge pipe here, and connect them. And there we go. Now it is getting no water. That is also... Okay, so why didn't it get the water? Why didn't it? Oh, probably because I killed the extractor too. Okay. If... There are so many things that can go wrong, I swear. It is not equal to extractor. Then we clear the thing. And before I go and test it again, I'm gonna go ahead and save this as a blueprint. So you will be basic merger. Okay. Alright, so yeah, you can see some of the things that I more explicitly tested. I want to do more crazy things than these, but we'll get there. And then I can just go ahead and overwrite my save. Saved, right? Sure did. Okay. So now, with this fixed, if I run it again, I can just load that real quick. And there we go. Now we're getting. Now we're good. I did it. Okay. And you know what, for fun, let's just put a third one in there. This one only has air, so it will not affect the water amount, but I'll go ahead and check the air amount too. Hell yeah. Okay. Why did it not print? That's awkward because I needed to print. It shouldn't kind of have overflown already, right? Let me delete this pipe and then rebuild it. Okay, no, there we go. I'm not sure what that was about. That was weird. Okay. So let's see. So we get the extractor. Does it have 800 air? I actually don't remember how much I put in there. 800 seems plausible, but I want to check. Yeah, okay, so that is what I put in there. Sorry, it's somewhat covered by the chat, but... Okay. So yes, 800 is correct. And then we have the 400 from this source out here. This guy has a 400 air in him. So combined with the 800 from over here, yeah, that is indeed 1200. So, and then this one over here has 200 water, and this one up here has 200 water. So yes, yes. That's perfect. We still get 400 water, and now we have 1200 air too. Okay, so I can combine things, and it's great. I think I can safely say that this is working. One thing that I do want to add at some point is a mass delete button. Maybe I should do that now. Oh, that might be a nice thing to kind of aid in the testing here. Okay, I'm trying to think about how I want to do that. So, just, you know, from the user experience perspective. So currently, the way that these things work is that if, say you got some pipes, and you select them, it just immediately copies it. But my thought is that if you select it, maybe it just highlights them all, and then afterwards, if you press the delete building button, it'll delete them. But if you hit maybe a Control-C or something, it'll copy them. Or maybe even just C. I don't know. I think that makes sense. I'm gonna have to think about how to implement that, though. And let's see, do I want to distract myself from recursive pipes? Yeah, sure. Okay. So, we get to go look at some other stuff. And I'll see if I can actually write code with this giant font. I wanted to try to make things more readable. Let's see. So, I believe that all this is happening in process. Actually, yeah, okay. So let's see, how do I do this again? Okay, so this is replacing blueprints, but it is very similar. Handling a mass creation of pipes. So I think... Oh no, this is the... This is selections. Okay. Alright. So what I'm doing is... I get a list of the things that are overlapping that square that I was drawing at when I did that little demonstration. And then it looks like it continues down here, so this just gets everything in that, and this is what actually makes the copy and paste. So currently I have C doing something else. But if I was gonna do a copy, I would absolutely want to use C. So I will move that functionality somewhere else for now, and maybe I'll just use V for the time being. I'm gonna go change that in project settings before I forget. So let's see here. We'll get rid of this one. Create blueprint is now gonna be on V. Strictly speaking, I'm probably just gonna put it on B too, but for now, I'll put it on V. And we'll use C as a copy and paste thing. Okay. So currently, the way that this is working is just that it copies it by default. And that's all it does. I think I can probably just take this out. Found overlap. What do I do? Where found overlap is false. Okay. Selected pipes, overlapping pipes. I see. Okay. Okay, so this is for drawing. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so this should actually be pretty easy, because what it means is that by default, I just don't select copying to true here. And I don't think I actually have to change anything here. So what would set copying to true? That's the boolean that I'm using to determine whether or not I should build that copy-paste preview. So if it's not true, it just won't do that. And let's see, selected pipes. Selected pipes is indeed a global variable. So it looks like I can just use it. I'm pretty sure I should see them up here. Selected pipes. Wonderful. I think selected bodies is probably the one I actually want, though, if I'm recalling that, because I think selected pipes is just what I use to determine stuff for drawing, for error messaging, basically. You know what? Speaking of that, there's actually one really small thing I want to do real quick. I'm gonna keep getting distracted. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I wanted to change up the error for being outside of the build area. So it's gonna be cyan. Const grid outside build area. I like my long variable names. I like them being extra descriptive. I do not like just using a POS for position. I think it's very rude to call your variables a piece of shit. So I don't do it. I use position. Okay, let's see. And then I'm gonna go into my draw function here real quick. I'm gonna go find where I check for things outside of the build area. I don't remember where I put that, so let's look for it. Overlapping pipes. Outside build area pipes. Wonderful. Offhand, do I have a favorite programming language? Not really. I just tend to roll with whatever works. So, you know, if it's web, I'm gonna do web stuff. And otherwise, you know, I picked GD script because I was coding in Godot. There you go. So this is gonna be grid. What did I call it? Outside build area color. I'm gonna go see if that works real quick. Yay! Now it's a lovely cyan instead of red. My god, those colors look awful together. It's fantastic. I've said this before. Whenever I'm doing stuff with placeholders, I like to make it look as bad and scuffed as possible. I see. No, I'm not too bothered by anything. I am inherently not picky. I don't know. These things just never really bothered me. So I just... And I mean, you can see... Well, maybe you can't if you're not super experienced with code, but my code is extremely messy. I am much more focused on getting things to work, and just due to the scale that we're working on here, I'm pretty sure we won't have performance problems. We'll see if I eat my words later. But I'm not going to assume I'm going to have performance problems until later, and if I do, I'll go back and refactor things until I don't. So, but right now, I just want to get things working as quickly as possible. And it's helpful because I'm super not picky about things. So I'm able to just kind of zoom through things. I've actually been working at a really good clip on this. I'm really happy. Now then, what was I doing? I just wanted to get that quick win there. Copying, okay. So this is a blueprint placer. I'm in process. I think I want to be an let me see. I think I want to be an input. Okay, here we go. So I just need to find where I set copying to true. And I want to not do that for now. So where do I set that? So this is just handling all the copying shenanigans. I had a professor who was like, all right. Oh man. And 3D models for dragons, okay? Yeah. Understandable. It's okay, you know. Talking to the spirits and the computers is not for everyone. I totally get it. I think everyone has some kind of creative thing that they are meant for, I guess you could say. Something that works with their brain. and you just gotta find it. And sometimes you just find something that is so viscerally awful that you're like, well, I never want to do that again. For me, it was 3D modeling. I tried it because I felt like I could do some things with 3D models, and I just hated it. I downloaded Blender, I started trying to do things, I was able to make some simple things, and I remember in college, my computer graphics professor, he said he thought 2D was dead, and keep in mind that this was a very long time ago. Yeah, 2D is not dead. 2D will never be dead. 2D is fantastic. So he made us do stuff in 3D, and I hated it. I tried it again with Blender, I hated it. I will never do stuff in 3D again. Never. I refuse. Okay. Where do I set copying to true? I gotta find it. Okay. Oh. Well, that sounds awful. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. That's, some people, man. I think you'll get it a lot within, people into programming, because it has, a tendency to attract people on the autism spectrum. And some people on the autism spectrum can be very, very particular. It's fine, be petty. You can be mad. So, yep, there we go. Let's see. Let's see. So, this is specifically for pasting blueprints. This is not the one I want to destroy. Okay. So this is just sitting in process. Okay, I do still want to do something like this. Just because I don't want this stuff to happen if copying is true. So instead of doing this, I think all I have to do is say if copying is true. Oh, but I need, It's okay. If I know copying is true, there's gonna be a holder. So I can just do that. Yeah, this shouldn't crash the game, in theory. Yeah, no, in theory. Okay. So... Ooh, but that means I was setting copying to true based on... yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. My confidence is actually great. I'm actually pretty okay with this. If I wasn't, I'd be more safe, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be fine. I'm sure that even that sounds like it's brimming with confidence. Look, they make way more money than me. I'm sure that their habits are fine. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. So if I am not setting copying based on that, we might actually have an issue. Okay. Let me actually look at what happens when you release the mouse button again. But ask yourself, was it not fine for that to happen? It was funny, right? Admittedly, I don't play very many Bethesda games. But my game is a great deal simpler, so... It'll be okay. And look, all that'll happen is that if that fails is that the game will crash. That's way better, right? Let's see here. do, so we will not be copying. So, man, is that really the only place that I set copying to true? I don't actually... I do it based on the existence of a holder being created. Okay, that's interesting. You can aim it at indies too. Indies do stupid things, that's fine. But yeah, I can understand. I actually don't think that jank should be commonly accepted. Like, right now, my game looks pretty jank, but that's because it's all placeholders and I'm intentionally making it look jank. I don't know. I think even with 10 people, you don't really want there to be a lot of jank. I don't think bad user experiences should be something that is considered acceptable. I think it's okay to be a little bit more patient with them. Just because they don't have the resources for the same amount of QA and that kind of thing. But I don't think we should be okay with it, if that makes sense. So, you know, I'll be hammering at my game. I was gonna do that today, but then I got distracted by something. And now I'm putting in a mass delete button, because I got sick of deleting pipes one by one. So let's see. I have to remember what I was doing here. So we don't, so this is just for copying. But copying is already true at this point. This is for standard stuff. For like pipe dragging and building single pipes. Okay, and this will create... I see. Okay. Okay. No, I know how to, I think I know how to fix it then. So, instead here, I'm gonna comment that line rather than delete it because I'm scared. I don't want to break anything. And I kind of want to have the option to revert. So, instead, what I want to do is I'm going to take this and we're going to move it to pressing a shiny new button that I don't have in my input map yet. So this is going to be copying. No capitals. No, that's the filter, not add a new action. Copy. Okay. And we are gonna put you on C. Okay. So, now instead, I'm gonna have to be careful with this. Okay, no, for this part it'll be fine. But I was realizing for a mass delete, I gotta be careful. Okay, so now we go into other input. Let's see, so this is all for just basic building stuff. I guess I'll put it at the top then. If event is action pressed. And it is copy. No, not calculate flow. Copy. Thank you. Oh, Godot tried to help me and failing miserably. You're doing your best, computer. I can respect it. I won't make fun of you too badly. Alright. So now I take that thing here. And at this point, it should just work. Copying is true. Okay. So now I think it should just work. Let me see if this works the same way as it did before. Gonna wait for the game to come up because sometimes it takes a second. There we go. Okay. Well, shoot. It gets that far, but then it gets confused. How unfortunate. Okay, so what did I break? Oh, of course. I didn't hit copy. That would do it. Of course. I tried to make it so it didn't work the same way. And then it didn't work the same way. How could this happen? Okay. I'm a little bit worried about how that works. Because... Yes, clearly. What I'm worried about is that if you look here, when I select this, it gets covered in this garish pink. That's not the part I'm worried about. That's intentional. But when I let go, the pink is gone, and it looks like nothing happened. So I'm not sure if people understand that means it's working. And I also am confused as to... Okay. So yeah, there are some shenanigans happening here. Okay. But yeah, basically, I'm worried that people won't know that they have successfully highlighted their thing if I don't leave it pink. So let's go look down here. Okay. So I can already see here that if a holder already exists, so var holder equals get node or null and holder. And if holder, then we need to go through each building in holder dot get children, and then we need to kill them. We need to kill all the children. So let's see. We do building dot queue free. Okay, and otherwise, else we do this. Okay. Look, don't worry about it. You just gotta talk in the way that the computer understands. And the computer understands kill all children. So, there we go. And then otherwise we do that. And that should be fine. So that should stop one shenanigan. Now then. Right, and then I had some commented stuff here that I was gonna mess around with at some point, but I don't think it's important right now. Let's see. I have to think now. Okay, so what I want to do is make it so that things stay pink, at least for now. Only the children of the holder. It's okay. My children get to live. And my children's friends get to live. Alright, let's see here. So what I think I'm gonna do is for body and selected bodies. Look, I have never claimed to not be biased. Never. What is position array? I don't actually remember. Oh yeah, that was the thing I was trying to do to center it better. Okay, so that's not relevant here. Position array. Okay, so this is all just for setting up some other stuff. Well, good. I can hijack it for a little bit. I want selected pipes dot clear, and then oh no, we don't do that in the loop. That's a bad idea. We do it outside the loop. That's important. I'll explain why I'm laughing in a minute. Let me write the line of code here. Let me see. So we're gonna add selected pipes dot append and body dot position. Okay. So what I was about to do there is we were gonna loop through every body that got highlighted. We were just gonna go loop through all of that. And then we were gonna add it to this array to keep things pink. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, if I clear every time I loop through this, I am just gonna go and delete the body I just added. We're just gonna delete it from that array. Even though what we're trying to do is build an array of all the bodies here. All the bodies. So I can highlight them. A bit counterproductive to be clearing it every time you add one. It wouldn't work very well. So no, we clear it first, and then we add the bodies. Yes. So I think that'll do what I wanted to do now. Look, I didn't say that it had to be dead. Okay. No, it does not. How? Okay. So I probably clear it at some point later, if I can't do it like that. Okay, in that case, we know what we need is a new array. So, let's see, this is going to be not selected pipes, this is going to be highlighted pipes. Highlighted pipes. Did I spell that right? I am super dyslexic. Yeah, I was gonna say, I totally forgot some letters there, didn't I? Alright, up here. Region for selecting pipes. I think I want to put it... Do I have... This is element counters. I like to kind of group my things together. That's random stuff, so yeah, I think it goes here. It does not go there. I kind of want to keep them together. So where is selected pipes? I don't know. I'm gonna find them. Okay. Region for selecting pipes. Okay, so there's selected pipes, selected bodies, var highlighted pipes equals... Or it's an array, and it is nothing. Okay. So that should fix all the errors now, and from there... I need to make sure to draw them. Okay, and... Once I copy, I want to clear this. I'm gonna do that first, actually. Because I think I'll find it first. Input comes before everything else. So once I hit C to copy... Blueprints, other input. I want... we have a problem. Yeah, but no, this is fine. Let's see. Or is this not where I want the... Okay, Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I have to do a bit more thinking in my coding streams, so I ramble a bit less. Let's see. Yeah, I'm debating on when things should be highlighted. So I do know that I want to clear it here, so that this way I can add the ones that are currently there. But once you've hit the button, the preview has been created. I think I want to clear highlighted pipes. Not clear. I think I want to clear them here because at this point you've already said that you've wanted to copy, you've already created the holder and the thing that you're dragging around. I don't think we have to have the pipes highlighted anymore. But that also means that I don't want to be getting this here. Because this is what happens when you have already done the thing. So I have to figure out where I add them, and I think that's probably going to be back where we initially get the thing that highlights, that handles the drawing of the square and stuff already. This is for copying. So here, this guy. Maybe I can just use selected pipes. I mean, it'd be kind of nice if I didn't have to make a new variable for this. Well, it's fine. Highlighted pipes dot append body position. Okay. Just so that this way I can clear it whenever I want. I think it's probably fine. Okay. Yeah, so I think that should be good. So let's go down to draw and start drawing this. I don't need to check for copying, I just need to check if highlighted pipes is not empty. So if highlighted pipes is not empty, let's see, let me find a good one. Selected pipe should do it. I think I even... Oh no, that's grid good color. Do I have one that uses grid highlight? I guess it's fine. I think this does the same thing, it's just a different color. And you will not use... you will not be using... selected pipes, you will be using highlighted pipes. I don't trust myself with the spelling of highlighted right now. I have been having the worst insomnia. I swear. I don't know what to do about it. It's kind of terrible. It tends to come in phases. So I'm sure it'll work itself out eventually. But let's see here. Factory global, grid, a highlight. There. And no, we don't use selected pipes, we use highlighted pipes. Yeah. Alright, that's perfect. And I think we should probably be good at this point. Hell yeah. I might get rid of the cursor here. When you have the option to copy. I'm also thinking about how I want to handle some other things. Because you could see there that if I hit C again, I can copy again. I am wondering... What am I wondering? So, this is more just how things feel again. So, with the way that I had it at one point was that you could copy, and then after you clicked, the holder would stay up there, and you could copy it again as many times as you wanted. And you can still do that, but you have to hit C every time now. And I don't think it's clear that you can do that for 1, and for 2, I don't actually think that I want you to have to hit C again. Okay. So I'm thinking about when I should set copying to false. And I think that should be when you clear your hand, basically. I think that's a good time to stop it. I'll see how that feels, because I don't know. If you're copying something, do you only want to paste it once? Or do you want to be able to do it repeatedly until you clear your hand? And I do think clearing your hand is easy enough to do that letting you do it multiple times is the way to go here. I think this will be something that we make a clear decision on during playtesting. But at least for now, I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm not sure what's setting copying to false, though. Because if I remembered correctly, if we don't set copying to false here... Oh, we do. It's right here. Okay. Well, I'm blind. Yeah, and now I can do it as many times as I want. And I think it makes sense for this to remain unhighlighted as long as I have this thing that I can paste around if I want. So, yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna go with that for now. Let's do mass deletion. So what I want to do... Oh. Hey, so that thing that I said, I'm pretty sure this won't crash the game. It crashed the game. Okay, I have to be gentle then. Var holder equals get node or null holder. Well, there we go. And now it's safe. Yes, I should have just been safe from the beginning. But I was like, nah, it'll be fine. At least I found the error quickly. Okay. So... I want to go look at what happens when selected building is -1. Maybe not equal to -1? Ah, shoot. Okay, well, maybe I can just search for or not equal to -1. Selected building index. That's what it was. Okay. Let's see. So I want to take a look. Where is this? This is input. So this is when it's first pressed. And I do it also when it is released. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. And when it's pressed, what do I do? Okay, this is when I start making the selection. That's when I start being able to make the square. Okay, I think at this point I want... Do I want... Yes, I want copying to be false. So once I click... Or no, this is if I click while it's -1. I think... Yeah, I know exactly where I want to do this now. I had to think about it for a second. Where am I? I need to go into... select building. Okay. So if I clear my hand... This is underground shenanigans. Oh no, I do that already. Okay. Okay, awesome. So we're good. I've already got it in. I was like, yeah, I want to make sure that the holder is cleared and that we're not doing any copy-paste shenanigans. Well, after you hit the clear button to clear your hand so you can make selections and stuff. And I'm already doing that. So we're good. Let's see. What else do I want to do? Okay, so now I think we can get into mass deleting things. If you have a hold, if you, not if you have a holder, but if you press X to delete the building while you have it selected. So what I think I can do is let me go back to input, and where is the action for delete building? Pretty sure that's just down here. Perfect. So now what I want to check is whether or not selected bodies has anything in it. So if selected bodies is not equal to empty array, we'll do the mass delete, and otherwise we just do a normal delete. So I have to think about it again. Of just, when do I clear this array? Because it's really important that it be cleared when you don't have a holder. So I should go look for all the places I kill the holder. Okay. But let's go through this. So if selected bodies is not empty, then what I want to do is go for each body in selected bodies. And I'm gonna have to be careful because I want you to be able to mass delete in the blueprint menu, but I don't actually want it to be messing with the pipe dictionary. But I think we're already good there. Because I literally just call the delete function for each thing inside of it. Yes, yeah, we're good. So yeah, and the blueprint menu already overrides the delete function, so that this way that happens. So this should all be good. So we do delete building body dot position. Else you just delete normally. And then after, we do selected bodies dot clear. Okay, so now that this one will be nice and empty. Now I just want to think about when I no longer need selected bodies to have any values in it. That's a bit tougher. But this should get that feature working, and then we can go back to testing pipes without having to be annoyed about having to clear things one by one. Okay, so I think once you've copied them, you also no longer want anything in that array. So I'll go back down to that. To when you hit copy. I'm feeling pretty good about how this feels now, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable getting rid of that now. And if I change my mind, it'll be easy to get back. And now I just need to find where we create the preview. So this is for blueprint menu. This is create copy preview, so that's perfect. So after I created that, I think I want selected bodies to clear. Is there any place else that I feel like it has to be? I don't think so. So this is when you create the preview, this is when you delete things. I clear the array. I think we're good. So let's take a look. Let's see if this works the way I expect. So I'm gonna copy first. So everything's highlighted. Now I copy. And I think this feels fine. I clear. Why is there a null instance? Oh, because I don't actually, I don't actually check to make sure that the holder exists. That would do it. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that again. Okay, so we got the thing. I clear, and it doesn't crash. Wonderful. That's already progress. Oh, what did I do? Don't I already check to see if folder exists here? Oh. Oh my. Huh. Okay, I want to see if I... what did I do to make that happen? Okay. Okay. So, man, I can't be risky anywhere. Well, fine. I won't be. I'll be safe. Yeah, so I just gotta make sure holder exists here. No, I don't need to... Get... Node or... Okay, I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. I'm always gonna do this when dealing with the holder. We're not gonna tempt fate anymore. Even if it is annoying. Even if I'm like 90% sure that it'll always be okay. I'm just not gonna do it anymore. I'm gonna be a good little programmer, and we're not gonna try to call null nodes. We're gonna make sure that they exist first. I guess. Okay. Alright, so far so good, but I'm not getting the option to do anything, and it is just dead. Yeah, it's like everything is up there, and I don't know what's going on. Something is seriously broken. That's unfortunate. Why the hell did it break? Talking to the spirits is hard. Okay. Let's see. What did I do? I should probably set copying to false. Otherwise. So if we don't find a holder... copying is false. Okay. Does that fix it? Let's find out. Look at me building stuff. It's fantastic. It did not. It kind of fixed it. Okay, I think what I need to do... I'll leave that here for posterity. I don't know if I need it, but I'm scared. So if we have a holder, copying equals false, dragging, selection dragon equals false. Oh, what was my other dragging? I'm just gonna set all these dragging things to false. What I just don't remember what I called it. So I remember that I had pipe dragging. Okay. I also want pipe dragging to be false. And actually, I think that I want to be true regardless. I have to go find the function again. There it is. Pipe dragging is false. Okay, so we're just gonna set, like, all the flags to false. If... actually, I don't want those there. I want them if a selected building is -1. I just want to reset all the flags, if that happens. All of them. I think those are all of them. At least all the important ones relevant here. So let's see if that makes it better. Yeah. Now I can do the thing. Okay, and if I hit X, it crashes. Wonderful. Alright, it's a body.collider, and I also need to do var to stir because a delete building expects a string. Error. Let's try that again. It's easy to forget the little things sometimes. I get so caught up in just doing the thing, and it does nothing. How very sad. That's not what I wanted to happen. I'm not quite sure what I did wrong there. Let me go look at another place that I dealt with, that kind of thing. So if I go back over to create... preview... No, not path. Copy preview. What did you look like? You know, this might be important. Yeah, that's probably important, actually. Let's see, position array. Okay, so I probably just need the global position. Okay, so I think we need this. This is important because I don't want it to delete the player should it find overlapping stuff involving the player. So I think this is actually important. I totally forgot about it. No, this isn't input. Let's go down to delete. Okay, isn't group buildings and body.collider? Yes. So basically what this second part does, it looks very silly. You know, collider, get parent, and grid parent. This makes it so that this way when I'm doing stuff in the blueprints, I don't start deleting stuff outside of the blueprint. I don't start deleting stuff on the actual factory. So that's important. Oh wait, I have this backwards. You need to be right here. There we go. And yep, that is good. I want selected bodies to be cleared after this. And you need to be global position. Okay. I sometimes have a little bit of trouble figuring out when I should use position versus global position. We're good. Still not deleting them. Okay. Humu. Alright, well let's see where it's going. So we're gonna print selected bodies. And then after that... I want... this. Okay. This is after the loop, so that should be fine. Okay. Although, do I clear selected bodies at some point? Because I think I might clear selected bodies after I make the preview. So... You know what? Instead of doing it like this... Yeah, I think that's actually the issue, because I think I do clear selected bodies before this. What I want to do... is use... highlighted pipes. And... I can still use... I'll use pipe, because that sounds nicer. Okay. And now we're gonna do in highlighted pipes. And... I don't need this then. And in that case... we'll clear highlighted pipes here. Okay, and then we're gonna delete the building. Highlighted pipes is just vector 2s. So I think I can just do pipe. Okay, so let's see if that did it. Because yeah, I forgot that I was clearing selected bodies because there are shenanigans. So let's use highlighted pipes. Because it'll be highlighted here. So I know that they're there. And now they're gone. Wonderful. And just to make sure that this is working the way I expect, I'm going to print pipe info. This is the pipe dictionary. Pipe info is the pipe dictionary. It is the word of truth. It decides what does and does not exist in the factory. So if I clear every pipe here and I get an empty pipe info, we have done our job. Ta-da. It is empty. We're good. Okay, I'll do one more test. I'm gonna drag some random pipes out there. And I'm gonna clear these ones. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 entries in pipe info. I wish I could format this a little nicer. 1, 2, or no. Here's the elements. 2. 3. Here's the elements. 4. Perfect. Okay. We're good. It is deleting things properly. And as just one more test, I want to do it in the blueprint menu. Cannot copy and paste in the blueprint menu right now, so that's a problem. Can I delete in the blueprint menu? I can, in fact, delete in the blueprint menu. I am concerned. Oh, well, it doesn't have access to pipe info, so that's fine. And if I go out, that's good. Okay, so why isn't copying working in the blueprint menu? Alright, let's look at how I do things here. I am gonna go ahead and delete that print. I am confident this is working. So let's see. Where is this happening here? So deletion is working fine. It's just copying that's not. Deleting the building. So I don't think I handle copying at all here. It's not overwritten, so it should work identically to how it works in the grid. So let's go take a look here. Did I just forget to hit C or something stupid? That sounds like something I do. I totally just forgot to hit C again. You know, at least the people... Huh. It's not recognizing these as something I can overwrite, but it is these ones. That's fascinating. So why don't you guys exist? That's weird. What the hell? Are you over here again? I remember I had issues with that at one point. Doesn't look like it. Why aren't you guys real? This recognizes you as real. Does this happen off the blueprint menu? Gonna plop a couple down. No. So it recognizes it as real out here. So why are you not real? This is fine. But you can see it's not showing that the pipes are overlapping here. Why not? What's going on? Why is that broken here but not in the main one when I identify them the same way? Oh, that's a shenanigan too. Okay, yeah, something's up here. Because now I can't copy. There it goes. It's bizarre. What the hell? I don't know what's happening. That's awkward. Okay, I got something else I want to try. So I want to see if they are fake. Or if it's, so like if I hit... It is overwriting them. So it's probably just a problem with the draw function. I'm probably clearing something I shouldn't be. With all those arrays that I cleared while doing some stuff. So let me revisit on how I do things. So highlighted pipes is special, it's fine. Selection dragging is working. Copying. Selected pipes. Overlapping pipes. I did not do any special clearing with overlapping pipes. I might have selected pipes, but let's see. Where do I clear them? Okay, so when I first make the selection, we clear selected pipes and selected bodies. That is legit, I think. Because, yeah, this is supposed to be where you highlight things, so that's legit. And actually, I think selected pipes is probably fine. But nonetheless, I'll take a look. Copy and paste. Do I want selected pipes to be cleared? Yeah, because once you're copying, you no longer have selected pipes. Correct. That is correct. And I also clear it. Okay, yeah, that seems legit. So, overlapping pipes. Where do I clear them? So this is... handled pipe chain. So... this... is when I start drawing a pipe chain. So this is when you let go. So that's legit. Pipe dragging. So this is when I start dragging. That seems fine. And if you're copying... this is where I make them in the first place. Back here. Am I back? OBS complained for a moment, but yes, I kind of need to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick while I think about what's wrong. I have some things that I want to test, but it's hard to think when I have to go. So I will be right back. The button. There you go. Okay, I feel much better. Thank you for bearing with me. All right, let's go ahead and get back to figuring out what's wrong here. Let's see. I mean, this seems pretty accurate. So I do use selected pipes as a kind of a bit of error messaging. So let's see. Where do I clear selected pipes again? I selected pops, selected pipes. So we do it when we are creating a new selection and when copying is true. So that this way we can repopulate it. Okay, nope, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want for that. And in that case, I'm not quite sure what's happening. How very strange. Okay, found overlap. Okay, so this is what I want here. Okay, that all seems fine. So when all this is done, what I think I would like to do is print overlapping pipes. Okay, now where do I clear overlapping pipes again? Or pipe and overlapping pipe. Okay, this is just for forced building shenanigans. I think I just want to focus on where I clear it, though. Yep, after spotting the building, and I know I just looked at this, but I want to look at it one more time. Pipe dragging. Yeah, overlapping pipe should be cleared for that. And copying, because this is where it gets repopulated. So this seems totally correct. So let's go take a look. So I think I saw that it was working here just fine. So here is fine, and yeah, you can see all the numbers. It's fantastic. I love me some numbers. Let's open the blueprint menu. Okay. Okay, we get lots of lovely numbers. I'm gonna paste this right here. And yeah. So for some reason, it's just not detecting that. Why not? Why not? Okay, so it's got to be this. So we'll print here. Height. Position. And building position. There we go. Print building position. And I don't think I need this one anymore. Oops, I accidentally got the colon. I don't want that. Okay, so this should tell me what it thinks it sees in the blueprint. So what's going on here? Why do those pipes not exist for some reason? Oh, come on. It's gonna be really hard to see when it's in process. Ooh. Yes, don't worry about it, Godot. I know, I'm moving my cursor slightly as I twitch. Let's see, that's gonna be hard, isn't it? Oh god, and it's having a rough time. My computer is screaming, stop! Please! Okay. Well, okay, so it doesn't like that. That's honestly surprising to me. So indeed, they weren't equal. But it's kind of hard for me to get a good beat on what I'm actually looking at here since it cycles so fast. Ooh, that's rough. That's incredibly awkward. Okay, so we have the holder. We have buildings. Pipe is the one in holder, buildings is the one in buildings. The fact that they are both such strange numbers does not bode well. Do I need to include my menu offset here? I don't think so. Because they should be in the same spot, right? Yeah, no, I don't think I need to include the offset here. The offset is just for very specific things for when I'm dealing with a global position, and to be fair, I am dealing with a global position there. I don't know, let's see if it helps. I don't expect anything from this, but I don't really know what to try right now. Because this is weird and I don't get it. Because it only happens after I copy, see? And it doesn't recognize that, but it does recognize that. It does not recognize the pipes that I just built here. Does it recognize it when I put them over there? No. And if I were to build some normal pipes, just some random stuff, and then copy this, they are real, but these ones aren't. Why? Why don't you exist, my little friends? It is strictly something with pasting. Okay, how do I paste buildings then? Because I was pretty sure that I just call the same spawn building that I do for literally everything else. Okay, so we have copying. Selection drag is false. That is correct. So we're gonna get the holder. So this is just force build stuff, which I'm not messing with right now. Ooh. Okay. Now this is the problem. I think it's plus menu offset. Well, is it? No. No, what I had was fine. This is gonna look weird now, right? I want to make sure that my thinking is correct. This is gonna be weird now. Gonna go over there. Yep. So, just to give an idea, because I clicked before the thing loaded. I'm trying to put it right here. Yeah. So no, we don't need the menu offset. This is fine. Where it's being placed is fine. Folder rotation. Building rotation. Oh, you know, in that case, I have a thought. Let's see. Spawn building. Okay, so that's where I do the menu offset. That's perfect. Okay, I think I have a thought here. How am I adding it? Yeah, I do include the menu offset. Okay. I was like, am I forgetting the menu offset when I add it to the error list? No, I'm not. And I assume that if I take this off, things are gonna get weird, right? Things are gonna get weird, right? Okay, no, this is still right. Okay. Yeah, and now you can see things are weird. Things are very weird. The menu offset is necessary, I mean. That's why I added it. Yeah. Okay, let's put it back. So that's not it. That's still right. Everything is showing up in the right place. Why doesn't it recognize the offset? Why not? And I mean, we just went up and looked at what happens when you're building the thing, and I just call spawn building. It does the same thing that literally everything else does. Do I not want the menu offset there either? I think I do. It's gonna put it in the wrong place if I get rid of this, right? So if I do this, it's gonna suddenly be really weird, right? Okay, it's placing normally right now. What about with copying? Yeah, put it over there. Boop. Boop. Look at him go, just way over there. I want to put it up here in the corner. Nope. Over there. Yes. Oh no, this is right. The global position. Do I need it here too? I don't think so. I mean, I think all this is working the way I'd expect. I just don't know why copying is being so weird. Yeah. See, this is just, putting the holder back in the right place. So that all there is just to make sure that for letting you copy and paste things again. So it's just putting everything back in the right place. So that's fine. Why do they not exist? I am so confused. I don't know what's happening. I don't understand. Let's go back to draw. All right. Copying should still be true, so I don't know what to do, so random print statements, go. Let's see what happens. I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna do my best. Okay, yep, we got some copying. We're still copying. Overlapping pipes is empty. Highlighted pipes is not. My saddest face. Saddest face. So the fact that overlapping pipes is empty, I mean, I kind of expected that. Just means that it's not being set properly, right? Yeah. So I'm back to those weird numbers that were showing up for the positions. Okay, where was that? It was, like, here, right? No, this can't be where it's getting set. If it is, then that's an issue. Overlapping pipes. Append. Okay, so this is for dragging. That's fine. Okay. So this is for copying. Okay, so we clear the things. We get the holder. We go through all the things in holder. Found overlap is false. This seems fine. We get the building, and if they are in the same position... Yeah. So I get the feeling it's just not finding the right position, so let's just tell the code to tell us hello. Let's just say hello if it sees something. So, yep, it's seeing stuff. Now I'm gonna paste. And... now I can't really tell if it's seeing stuff anymore. Maybe that was a mistake. Let's just print type.global position. That way I can kind of see things moving around. That's probably makes more sense than trying to just say hello. Yeah, so it's not getting there. As you might expect. What? Okay, let's... well, I do have a helper function that would actually help me here. So let's do print grid. I think it's get grid coordinates type dot global position, and then I want to do the same thing but with building. So what this will do is get the grid cell that is happening there. So now you can kind of see the grid cells there. So let's see. Okay, I need a smaller blueprint. I'm just gonna do this little guy up here in the corner. This is a 3x3 at 0, 0. Okay. So I'm gonna have it overlap at 0, 0. Ooh. Why is it moving? I'm not even moving my mouse. I get the feeling it's probably just the text being really slow to print. It really does not like trying to print stuff from here. It's gonna make it really hard. And it was also working there because I didn't have the copy. I'm gonna go check. Spawn building. And let's see. So yeah, we check if something's there and if force build exists, and otherwise we add the thing. And this is all fine. This looks fine to me. Everything is being built in the right places. And this is underground pipe shenanigans, so I don't care. I'm not worrying about them right now. So that all seems fine. It's all putting it in the right place. I mean, it has to be. I checked very hard to make sure that it was being done visually correctly. And if it's visually in the right place, then I would expect it to be fine, but I'm not, obviously something is very wrong. Are they not in buildings? You know, I should check that. Okay, so let's make a copy. I'm gonna go paste it. Actually, you know what? I want a smaller one. I want just a teeny tiny guy. We'll go paste him over there. And now I'm gonna come over to this area over here, and we're gonna go take a look at what's in blueprint menu. You have buildings. How many pipes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And if I click in there, it should tell me where things are. Do I have a holder? There's the holder. Okay. And I'm using global position to find it, right? So I'm not going to get any local position shenanigans since the local position on holder will be different. Normally it kind of tells me where certain things are located, though, when I click on things, and I'm confused as to why I'm not seeing any of that here. So where is a holder, and why can't I see where these things are? Because normally I put like a little orange square where the location is, but I don't see them. I'm not sure what's up with that. Okay, well, let's go look at the global position of this guy here. So this is one of the uncopied ones. Where is your position? I wish I could see the global position because that just the position won't really help me very much. Okay, because I'm pretty sure that these will not match because, yeah, this is going to be based on relative to parent. And relative to parent is just not what I need right now. not show you global position in the editor. So if it doesn't, that's gonna be a little bit annoying for me. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for. Position, rotation, scale, but I don't see global position. And I kind of need that right now. Let me see if I can do that. Can I get in Inspector, I think is what it's called? Yeah. Why isn't the global position in the Inspector? Okay. Yeah, so it looks like they just don't do it. That's unfortunate. Let's see. So yeah, I have to do this based on global position because I mean you can see just my head's not in the way. That if I bring position back here, that even if I have them overlapping, or it actually doesn't even matter where I move it, you can see that the position of the things in the holder doesn't change because it's based on position relative to parent. And so the only thing that whose position changes is the holder. Whereas these guys, their parent is the whole grid. Actually, no, their parent is buildings. Which actually does have a position, I'm surprised. I don't think I want... Position should be 0, 0. Actually, this is probably based on menu. But the fact... Ooh. You know, this might actually be an issue. Well... But no, the fact that things are working for some of them and not others makes me think it's probably not that. But I'll keep looking, but I might fix that. Let's see. So the position of... Let's do what I think is going to be this one here. 526, 126. That is definitely not right. It should be snapping to the grid. Why are you not? Okay. So that suggests a problem in how I'm placing it. Because... Okay, no, the fact that it's like one off. Maybe it is just a problem with where I put buildings then. Let's go into the blueprint menu and I'll move it. Because this... I'm pretty sure I just dragged it manually. But there we go. I'll go ahead and just put it at an even number and see if that does anything. Oh yeah, that's right. I opened the blueprint menu. I don't need to... That was it. Okay. Oh, but now it's not finding things. I hate my life. Alright, let's, I want to see. Oh. Well, that happened. Yeah, now things are a little bit off in some places. Oh no. Okay, how do I make other things here? Grid. Position 0, 0. Layout. Transform. Yeah. Let's make you even numbers too. Oh god. The things that can create unfindable bugs, Jesus Christ. I hate talking to the spirits sometimes. They're so needy and so particular. And so rude. Can't they just know what I'm talking about? I mean, was it really so hard to figure that out, spirits? Was it really? Building wheel is fine, don't gotta worry about that. Click timer's fine, don't gotta worry about that. I swear, they will do exactly what you say. Down to the period. Down to the semicolon. But they will make no effort to try to interpret your desires. None. Okay, so we're good here. We're good here. All is well. I think I fixed it. It was just because my manual dragging left things one pixel off and it didn't like it very much. I hate everything. But I did it. So does mass deletion work now? Yay. And copy and pasting works now. And everything is great. And I'd say I'm happy. I mean, I'm relieved is probably the better word for it. I'm relieved and minorly irritated. Welcome to art. All right. Let's see. Let's see. So I got that done. I still got some time. I think I can do a little bit of testing before our stream ends. Even though I planned to do more testing today, we did some other stuff instead. And then weird stuff happened. I was like, well, let's not speak of it. Let's load. It's still working. See? The numbers, they're all correct. 400 water and 400 air, exactly the way it should be. So I guess I can try some more complicated pipe patterns now, and it's nice because I can just delete everything. Oh no, that's right, use the X button, not the delete button. Anyway, let me show you some of the blueprints I made for testing. So, I'm gonna do my lovely splitter array. We're gonna build this. And then I'm gonna do just one last... Huh. Why is it up there? I was gonna say we're gonna do one last test. But it seems like I still have some issues. I just hit C. To see what would happen. It crashed the game. Okay, I guess I got some more stuff to fix. Life is hard. Alright, well. So it didn't like is in group because of this. Okay, that makes sense. So I think this is easy to fix. I think this is just, I don't really want to do it here. I'll do it here too. So I think all I need to do is if selected bodies is not empty, then we can do stuff. This will just be a check to make sure that it doesn't crash the game in general. But I also don't want it to be going into this unless selected bodies has stuff. So let me find where C is. I actually do. Okay, but I do clear selected bodies after I do stuff there, so I'm actually kind of surprised it was able to get the things with selected bodies. Because this tells me that we had selected bodies here, but not at the start here. I'm not sure how that works, but whatever, it shouldn't break anymore. Okay. I want to try to track down that bug. So what did I do in order to make that happen? That's the question. So what I did is I built my splitter array. I said build. I built it. And then I switched to the phylactery and it exploded. So I think that's gonna be a problem in how I select buildings. Yeah. So, that stuff that I did to reset everything here, I should always do if I'm selecting a building. We should just always do this if I am selecting a building. Because if I am selecting a building, I am not doing any of these things. And we should just reset them. If I'm trying to grab a normal pipe, we are not dragging, we are not copying, and we are not making a selection. If I'm trying to clear my hand, we are not doing any of those things either. So this should be safe. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and delete this. Oh, right, it's X. For whatever reason, I would keep wanting to hit the delete button. Maybe I'll make it an alternate button, but not right now. Build phylactery. Okay, we're good. That was all it was. I just needed to always do it, and not only sometimes. Alright, that looks good. That looks good. Perfect. I'll put the vaporizer up there, the phylactery here. It should get 100. Now it should get... Let's see, this side would be balanced, so this would get the full 100, 150, that is right. And now the full 200. Okay. So I'd say that splitters are working great. This all seems to be exactly how I want it to be. So now, I'll show you some recursive pipes. I did 2 tests along with my husband's abomination. This is the first one. This is just the most basic of basics. We have the bare minimum to get a recursive pipe setup. Where it goes into this merger, then into the splitter, half of it goes back around, half of it goes into a phylactery. And you can see it ends up being slightly less than 200, which is exactly what we want. Since a very small amount is going to be running through the recursive pipes here. So this is perfect. And now I can clear this one. Oh man, I'm so glad I just made that feature. I am already loving it. So let's get into the recursive splitter. So this is like my splitter array, only more recursive. So let's build it. So the way that this should work, I'm not gonna run through the entire process, as that'd be annoying, is if I place a phylactery here, and then a vaporizer here, this should get 1/3, this should get 2/3. And we can kind of see that here. So we have 66 into the phylactery, 133 into the vaporizer, which is correct. This is totally correct. That's about 2/3, that's about 1/3. And then if I delete the vaporizer, we get kind of the same result as the first one, where pretty much everything is going into the phylactery. We just get a little bit going through the looping pipes around here. So this is correct. Let's put a vaporizer there. The phylactery here. And you can see now the phylactery is getting 2/3. And we're good! This is still working. I didn't break anything. That's good, because I didn't touch anything, so if something broke, I would have been very concerned. So I don't know, what kind of other weird stuff should I try? What is some just stuff that I'm really worried about? Okay, so one of the things that I'm really worried about that I haven't really gotten around to testing is when there are multiple recursive pipes in a loop, and they are not basically part of the same pipe chain. So that would be something like... Oh god, what would that look like? I think I want you facing the other way, actually. Okay. Let's see what my brain can come up with here. What untold horrors could I create? Let's see. I'm not very good about creating things that man was not meant to see. As much as I do like Elder Tours, there are apparently not very many in my mind. I guess that's probably a good thing. But I'm just thinking about how to put two recursive pipes into one pipe chain like this. Okay, I think I got something. So I'm gonna put another one just out here. And I'm gonna make this one connect back over here. And we're gonna have a splitter right there, and I'm gonna put connections back up there. Unfortunately, the way the code is right now, it's not very good at guessing what I want to do here, but I want this. Oh wait, this shouldn't be connecting here. This is supposed to go over here. Okay, so we have that. This is good. And this is still only one recursive pipe though. I need to make this more cursed. Let's see. I'll clear those ones and I'll put in another merge pipe. That will then feed out up there. And I'll put in another splitter over here. And then this will come up here like this, I guess, and I'll put another splitter up there. I don't even know what number this is gonna be in the end. I'm a little scared, if I'm being honest. I need to move that. That's not a good spot for it. So this one is gonna come over here and connect over there. This one is gonna come around like this. Go over here. And there's gonna be a merge pipe down there somewhere. Oops, wrong button. Maybe like that. And then I want this to connect right here. And then I want this one to connect over here. Okay, and then I want a connection right there. Okay, so something like that. I had plans for the splitter, but I guess I'm not using it. Maybe I'll put a vaporizer there or something. So let me see if this does what I think it does. So we go up and around all the way through here, then we come over there. This guy goes this way, over here, and into this recursive pipe, and then... So I think I got the recursive pipes I want. I'm gonna go ahead and put a vaporizer here, and it crashes. It didn't... Oh man, it didn't even detect the recursion! Oh no! Okay. I'm gonna leave this up on the screen for a minute for my sake, so I'll just go ahead and hide it so you guys can see the code. Pain! Didn't even survive the first curse test. I should have saved this before I went ahead and put in the vaporizer. Now I have to try to recreate it. Mistakes were made. Oh. I'm gonna be sad for a second. Give me a moment. I need a moment. Okay, I'm fine. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, so it couldn't detect the loop. Let's go and look at the code for detecting the loop. Let's see. Alright, so what's going on? So here, the initial merger will probably be this one. So there's like loops upon loops in here, so yeah, I'm actually not sure which one's gonna be the initial one because I used 3. Yeah! Which one was it crashing on? Let's see if I can find out. Starting pipe, 300 at 350. Okay. So that's gonna be at 300, 350. Is it gonna come back up? No, it's totally dead. Okay, so, alas. So let's see. 300 at 350. So we have 0, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. Okay. It was this one. Starting pipe, but check was different. So it was calling something from the splitter. So this can't detect when there's a merger within the pipe loop right now. At least when there's a merger and a splitter. So that's what appears to be the issue. So what I'm getting here, I wish I could show you the picture. I guess I could take a screenshot of it. Let me do that. So I'll take a picture of the crashed thing here. And let's see, can I get snipping tool in here so I don't have to save it? Okay, so we're gonna capture a specific window. Oh wait, I did the wrong one. I don't want to display. Okay, my bad. I want window capture. That's right. Okay. So now we will select the window. It is this one. And there we go. Okay, so this is what it looks like. The one that it's dying on is here. Oh, I needed to get the mouse. Capture cursor. That's already checked, so. Let's see, just making the cursor small. Can I make it bigger? Okay, you can kind of see it. There we go. So it's crashing on this one. This is the one that it doesn't like. And what I can see that it's happening here is that, let's see, the initial merge pipe is at 150, 450. So that's what? 0, 50, 100, 150. So this is the first one. It is crashing on the first one. So it's going here and it sees the splitter and it goes through and it goes over here. So we see this merger. And then it's like, okay, this isn't the initial merger. So we're going to keep going. And then we go to the splitter. And then it's up here. And it's just looping here every time. I think that this is easily fixable. So I will go ahead and close this. I'm just going to leave this up here in case I need it again in the future. Let's get it in a nice spot behind the foreground, as all things should be. I'm going to go ahead and close it. And I'm not gonna get the exact one here, but I think all that we really have to do is the way that I break recursion everywhere else. And I need to have a I just need to have an array of found mergers. So So I'll clear it. We'll start with it empty. And I think I have something that checks for merge pipes, right? I don't, actually. So we see if the size is 2. Okay, I think that this is okay. I don't care if it has no connections. So I think just at the top, I'm going to say that if pipe info sub check sub name is equal to merge pipe. And if it is, then we do found we check found mergers. So if found mergers.has pipe return nothing. If I'm not looping. I'm not. Okay, has check. Alright, it's on a right, not a dictionary. There we go. So we've returned false, basically. So we say that there is, or no, we say that there is this is awkward because this is finding a recursive path within the recursive path. And okay, I don't want to find nested recursive paths here. So what I want to do instead is and starting pipe or pipe check. There we go. Is not equal to starting pipe. Okay. So there we go. That should stop it from that should stop it from identifying an inner recursive loop while checking for a different one. We only care about the starting of whether or not the starting pipe is recursive, not whether there are recursive pipes within it. Okay, so else we go found mergers dot append check. Okay, so I think that should stop any problems there, and now I gotta go back and rebuild that abomination, and I hate everything. Everything! Literally everything. Especially recursive pipes. So let's get going. Let's do this. Okay, let's see if I can kind of remember what I did. So I had the initial extractor. This time, before I put anything down, I'm gonna save the blueprint. I'm gonna be smart. No vaporizers, no phylactery, until blueprint is saved. Hold me to it, chat. I'm trusting you. Alright, let's see. Split pipe. Then I had like another splitter up here that I didn't do anything with, but I'm gonna put it there just because I can. Okay, and then over here I had another merger. And then another splitter. And I had this going around like this in a stupid way because I can. And where did I put the phylactery? I think I put it here. That sounds right. I'll roll with it. And let's see. Actually, I have no idea where I tried to put the phylactery. I can figure it out. It's fine. So this will connect to the main thing. This will come down here. And I think I'll let it split there, actually. There. And now I can put the phylactery on the other side of that. And I can connect the other side to the other side. I have no idea how I'm supposed to calculate what is supposed to be going through this. I'm gonna do my best. There's gonna be so much number mumbling here. I laugh, because otherwise I would cry. So, let's go. Let's just do it. Okay. And here, I want a turnpike. And I want it here, too. It's gonna go back over to just right here. It's gonna be great. And then you'll come down in here, and I'll put another turnpike right there. Wonderful. That's a lovely little knot. You guys can't see anything because Godot decided not to load. Oh no, it's because I have it turned off. My bad. But there we go. There's my abomination. Let's go ahead and save it. I think I forgot to load the game, actually. I hate everything. What do you mean? Load. Why do you not wish to load, game? Did I kill my save somehow? I don't think so. I see it right there. All is well. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna hate everything for just a second because I have to remake that. But at least this time you guys get to see me put it together, I guess. It actually doesn't feel too bad to make things like this anymore. It used to feel really bad to do anything. No, it's not so bad. So, I'll take that as a win. Got the merge pipe there, and now I start connecting these things. So here, and over here, to this, and then we have this right here. Okay, and then there's going to be another merger down here. And I think I said that I wanted to have another splitter right here, so that this way I could put the phylactery over there. Sneeze. Okay. I had another sneeze. They do tend to come in pairs, so I guess it makes sense. Alright. Over here, I might do something to make that a little bit more intuitive. I'm just gonna worry about the numbers right now, though. No, I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it like... Oops. Normal pipe. Like that. Here we go. Oh. Okay, well that's a bug. I'll have to fix that. I think I know what's causing it. And... I have to clear selected bodies when you select a building too. I think that's all I gotta do. I want to focus on this for a second though. Okay, so there's my lovely abomination. I'm gonna put this into the blueprint menu. Oh no. Okay, so it works when I do it like that. That is not the experience I want. I'll fix that later. We're gonna do this, and this is... I'm gonna call you nested mergers. If only because if I called it terrible, I'd be calling all of my pipes the same thing. So we'll call this one nested mergers. Okay. So now, if the game crashes, I have it. Let me save the game. That's this one. Okay, so we got it saved. Got it saved. I need to... I'm gonna put the phylactery right there. We still crash. Okay. What do you mean you can't access 0? Okay, well... It works if there's only one. So why does it barf when there's more than one? You know, let me make sure that I'm not crazy. I always feel a little concerned when I get an error like that, because I did my basic test. I did my super basic test, and that looked like this. And in order for this to work, it has to access 0. So I don't know why it's barfing at me. I guess I'll take a look. So, as we go through loop list, we increment index. I mean, I'm guessing that the problem is this, and not this. So it'll create the one with 0 here. So this will put the index of the loop there, which is 0. Okay, that's... And then I access it there. So this is count as 1. So it's always going to do this first. And then it does this. Count is incremented outside of this, so it's not getting too high suddenly. Awkward. I don't know what's wrong. Okay. We will print index. And here, we will print index. This should be fine. Index sub element, because we have the elements here. So that should work. Alright, let's crash the game again. Okay. Let's look at my output. 0, 1, 0, 0. That actually concerns me. Well, welcome back, my little sheep. It's okay. I don't mind if you just want to lurk. And listen to me code stuff. I have been full of mysterious bugs today. Life is hard. Let's see, I'm gonna print loop 1. This is going to be loop 1 original. This is going to be loop 1 others. Okay, and then this will be loop plus stir count. And I also want to print no. This should be okay. Alright. Let's crash the game again. We're gonna keep doing that until it starts working. Game will crash until morale improves. So let's do it. Okay. So, looking at the output there, we have loop 1 original. Okay, this is what I would expect, and then we go into the next loop that it finds. And we get into loop 2. Okay. Okay, maybe I have an inkling of what's going on now. Let's see. This is one thing that I wasn't entirely sure on, so I'm not surprised that it's breaking. I kind of know what I need to do, but I didn't expect it to break here is the thing. Because at some point this should... So we get loop 2. Loop 1, others. And then we get to this loop 1 original. And I would expect the index on these guys to be 1. I'm not sure why there's 0. Are they 0? It's a good question. So where is it exploding? Right there? For pipe and pipe loop. Pipe loop is should be the list that I'm currently going through. So the way this works, I have an array called loop list, which will keep track of every single recursive pipe that it comes across. So I'm saying that a singular thing within the list of all the loops, I'm calling it a pipe loop. And then I'm going through all the pipes within that pipe loop down here. So when I get to here on count equals 1, count does not go up until it has gone through everything. So let's see. Ooh. Yeah, so maybe instead of tracking index like that. Yeah, I never set index back to 0. Or yes, I do. I set it back up here. Does it not? The array should be ordered. So it should always go through the same one. Let me make sure. Print pipe loop, and then I want to add plus the index, and then we'll print pipe loop. Okay, so let's see if that helps me narrow it down a little bit. It's all right. Like I said, we crash the game until morale improves, or at least until I figure out what's going on. So let's see. The first pipe loop is a big pipe loop. The second pipe loop is a small pipe loop. And this is index 0, which is correct. No, this is doing what I would expect it to do, so I wonder why it's not able to find 0. Because we went through and we created it here. I'm probably just doing something silly, so we're accessing path. We're accessing path, okay. Path's a pipe, yes. Looping. And then up here I put index on. Can you print this for me? And just for giggles, I would also like you to print the original. Okay, let's go crash the game again. As you do. Alright. So there we go, we got the long one. It's 0 with all of the elements as I expect. It's 0 with all the elements as I expect. And that's going to be true for all of them. This is still loop 1, okay. So now we're going into the next pipe loop. This is the loop 1. And it has an index of 1, and we're getting 1 and all the elements. Okay, so now we're here. We're in loop 2. The index is 0, like I would expect. And this seems fine! Why does it hate me? What did I do to you, spirits? What did I do? Pain. Oh, I wonder why the game's not showing up. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, so no, this is what I would expect, so let's add another print here. Let's see what this looks like. And we'll crash the game again. Until I figure out what's going on. Okay, game has crashed. As expected. Okay. So we're here. We're on loop 2. We have an index of 0. This has 0, but this one only has 1. Why do you only have 1? So if we come back up here, again, these arrays are ordered, so I should just be able to do it like this. So this one is set to 0. And if I... Okay. 150, 400. Alright. I was seeing if there's any duplicates in here, but it doesn't look like it. At least not right now. And here, so it's barfing on the second one. So it's able to do this one, and then it has trouble on this one. I continue to be a little bit speechless. I don't know why this one was set to 1. It was set to 0 up here. So why is it 1 here? 1 and 0 should be able to coexist. In theory. It might actually be the third one, but... No, it's definitely wrong because I can see that this one says 1. Why? Why, though? I don't mess with the index anywhere. And I reset it at the top. The one before it was 0. Here does not mess with the index at all, and it's gonna finish this loop before it comes back up here and increments it. I print index here. It's 0. I print index when it's setting it up here. It's 0. Right? None of these is 1, right? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then we go to the next one. Do I have anything at 300, 350? I do. There is one at 300, 350 here, and one at 350, 350. Is it just overwriting the one at 0 for some reason? It shouldn't. It's a dictionary. I should be able to put in as many as I like. I guess it might not like this. Yeah, that would make sense, actually. Okay, I think I know what's happening. I just assigned the values to the dictionary wrong again. I understand. Okay, let me find the correct way to do that then. So how do you do that? Oh god, I just don't remember the syntax. I don't remember. Okay, to Google it is. Add dictionary to dictionary. How do I do that again? I just need to remember. I swear that I tried to do that before. Okay, well, let's see if this explodes the world. Because, yeah, I think that's what's happening. I just said it wrong. So what it's saying is that I should be able to do it like this. Equals value, right? So, in theory, should be able to do this. But I swear to God, when I tried this before, it crashed. Because it said, hey, index does not exist. Even though I'm trying to add it. And it's rude. But... well, I'll try it again. Okay. So that should all be fine. Let's see if this crashes the game again. Yeah, see? It doesn't like it. So what if I don't know, set... This was the other way that I saw was acceptable to do it. So we get the end, we get the key, and then the value, which is that. So let's see if it likes this. At this point, I'm reading, like, a serious inception with my dictionaries, so I'm not surprised that I'm having trouble keeping track of it all, but... look, man, I don't know how else to do this. I don't. It's hard, okay? So does this blow it up? Or is it happy now? Let's find out. Spirits, how do you feel about this? No, you don't like looping. What do you mean looping doesn't exist? Okay. So again, I think I know what's happening. It's, Can I do it like this? Can I get, like, serious inception here? Okay. Okay, so we'll, syntax problems. Let's see. So I need to set looping, and looping is going to be equal to this. Looping is the key. And that's set looping. Okay. I don't think I can do it like that. Let me see. 'Cause I can't use equals the way that I was doing it because it was overriding something in a way that it shouldn't. That's why we're getting on the ones that were in both paths. It only had the index of 1. I needed to have both 0 and 1. And I do it like this. I think I can delete that. I can copy and paste it for something else. So we'll do looping. Well, it's just if I set it equal to the index, it won't add it right? Sorry, let me see. So what I'm tempted to do is we do it like this. And that'll set looping to the index, and that's all well and good. But the problem is that when I go through and do it on the next loop, it doesn't keep the values on loop 0. It overwrites them. And now on the ones that exist in both loop 0 and loop 1, which is, that 350 coordinate, it'll only have the values for loop 1 and not loop 0. And that's what that syntax was doing, and that's why it was crashing. So I'm trying to figure out how do I get it to work for both. And I'm not sure. Because I don't know how to, append. Let me go look at the documentation. Okay, documentation saved me. Let's see. Okay, but how do I add to it? How do I add to it? Can I do looping is equal to itself? Basically doing the dictionary equivalent of plus equals. I don't know. How would I do this if I was adding a dictionary to a dictionary? I mean, I do it a few times here. Where you can see that I add it like that. And that's fine. Oh man. I might just be getting too tired to continue, which sucks, because I would really like to get this working here. But coding for a long period of time plus streaming does take a lot out of me. but I don't know, I'm determined. I want to figure it out. It's gonna bother me if I don't. Leaving things unfinished just always bothers me a lot. So let's see. And it just sucks because this is a syntax problem. It's just a syntax problem, and I just... those are always the worst. Because there's no problem with my logic or anything, I just don't know how to tell the computer what to do properly. How did I handle this before when I need to add another value to a dictionary of dictionaries? What's a place I do that? I can't actually think of any place I do it off the top of my head. Can't actually. Wait. My elements up here. How do I get this to not freak out? So in path, when I'm creating the path, I say, okay, path dictionary, previous vertex, plus itself. Okay, so if I say that, where's my cursor? If I say that this is equal to itself, okay, so maybe if I do something like if path sub original pipe has looping, if it has this, then I say it's equal to, I want the new index to be at the end, so I'll say it's the original plus index with all the elements. How did I have it before? Before I started messing with things? Oh, that's a good question. I'm just gonna hit Control V a whole lot and hope it works out. Oops, not X. Control Z. Okay, so this is when I was derping around. Okay, so that's how I had it before. Alright, so now we have that. Plus that. I don't know. If I put the curly brackets around it again, will it be happy? Well, it says that it's not complaining. Alright. I'll call that a win. Oh boy, just what we need. More loops than this. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, else... Else... we do this. Okay. So... if I do the same thing... here... will it stop exploding? I would greatly appreciate that. Pipe. Pipe. And pipe. Okay. Oh man, I hope this works. I'm not even sure if the numbers will be right, but if I can at least get it to not crash, that would make me happy. So let's see. This looks really weird. I hope it's correct. Okay, it does not like it. Okay, so... How do I do it then? Because up here it was relatively straightforward because it was arrays that I was dealing with. Not further dictionary inception. Oh boy. Man, do I have to stop my dictionary inception? I don't want to. I guess given it's a syntax problem, it might just be best for me to do it off stream. As much as I hate to say it. But man, that means I have to leave it broken at the end of stream, and this offends me, and I'm sad. I don't like leaving things broken at the end of stream. Let's see. I'll take another quick look, but... Okay, how do I add a dictionary of dictionaries to my dictionary? That already has a dictionary. Okay, I have a thought. Let's do it backwards. Yeah, let's do it backwards. So I'm gonna say... var index dictionary is equal to dictionary of index with a value of the elements in a dictionary. Okay, so we have that. And then after that, if it has looping, well, if it doesn't have looping, if it's the first time, we just set the index dictionary, and that should hopefully be okay. But if it doesn't, then I want it to be what it has. So this should give me one index. But this is going to be the same as what I just wrote, and it didn't like that. It did not like that when I checked it. So I want to add another value to the index to... So like this is going to be fine. But I can't say it's just equal to that because there's already a value in it. So can I say index No, I don't want it to be in the index dictionary because that's, no, that should actually be fine. Append. What's already there. Okay. Which means I don't need this else. So we just need to append this. I mean, hopefully it's fine. I probably don't need that. Well, I might. I'm scared, so I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm not even sure if that makes sense anymore. Is it like this? No, it doesn't. Okay, so no, this is right. Okay, I'm gonna go see if it, crashes at a different spot before I go in and do that. Okay, append doesn't exist. How do I merge two dictionaries together? So that's not it, but I know what I'm trying to do. I just need to add another value. Can I do it like this? I'm pretty sure this barfed last time I tried it, but I'll give it a try. Yeah, it doesn't like when you add dictionaries together like that. Can I... Okay, I'm gonna go back to including the else. So if it has the looping already, then I just do it like this, sub-index equals that, and else we do it like this, and I just say this. I just say it's equal to this. I don't feel the need to create a whole new variable for it, so I'm not gonna bother. And it's just like that. Does that agree? I still expect it to crash because I haven't done it in front of the other ones, but I want to see if it does it somewhere else. It does it somewhere else. Okay, this works. I did it! Oh my god, I'm so tired. That's okay. I want to see how the numbers and the pipes are looking before I stop. This feels very silly. I'm sure there's another way to do it, but I don't know how. I don't know what else to do. Oops, I put it in the wrong spot. What do you mean it doesn't exist? I just put it right here. Oh, because I didn't... Okay. My bad. I forgot to... I copy and pasted and I forgot to switch it from original pipe to pipe. Okay. Human error. Hey! And the number is actually correct right now. Okay, I don't know if that's right. Let's see what's in the vaporizer. It looks way too small. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that when you started doing stupid stuff like this, it might not work out. I don't think I have it in me to debug this right now, but at the very least, it appears to be calculating some things right. Okay. Okay. I thought I clicked on something weird. But at the very least, it compiles, it runs, it does not crash. Man. Okay. So where does it start actually going through? Okay. Like I said, I don't have it in me to debug, but I am curious. This number actually looks okay. It might be a little bit small. I'm not sure which merge pipe and split pipe that is. I'll have to double check. Okay. Well, I think I know where to start looking for things. I hope to God nobody makes it a pipe abomination like this, but nonetheless, I want to be prepared for it. It tells me that there are holes in my logic, so I gotta go fix it. Like, what is it even doing here? So we get 200 here, it splits here, 100 goes here, then 50 goes in here. Comes over here, then so we have the 100, yeah, the 100 here. Comes here, splits into 50 here, 50 goes back over here, and then 50 comes here, it gets split again, the 25 into the phylactery. And then it comes here, back up here. I'm gonna have to do some number counting. But maybe the numbers aren't as off as I think they are. The fact that it doesn't add up to 200 is what concerns me, though. Because this only adds up to what, like... Where is the phylactery in this? 28 plus 57 is what, 80, yeah, 85-ish. A little bit more than that, but that is considerably less than 200. Is there enough random stuff happening here that makes sense? I'm committed. Let's go. I'm gonna open Notepad. Okay, do I have a thing for Notepad here? I don't. Let's fix that. Oh wait, that's right, I do. Okay, let's bring it up here then. I'm gonna rename you to just Notepad. Okay, now everything's all set up in OBS. Let's go. Let's see, where do I want to put it? So this way we can kind of see the game too. Okay. So we go through, and we get to the first merger. So there's 200 water coming out of the extractor. It's 200. And that is going to be how it always is. So the first merger, it goes like this. So it starts with 200, and eventually that number will change on the next loop. The next splitter gets 200. Splitter 2. I'm gonna say splitter 2 is this one. It's gonna have 100. Vaporizer is gonna get 50. And then the other half is going to come down here and back up into the merger. And so we'll handle merger 1 stuff afterwards. But, or no, there's this merger first. So I'll call that one merger 3. And I'm going to say it's getting 50 right now. Okay, so let's now come over to this merger. So that's going to be merger 2. And it is getting the split from here, so this is going to be 100. And then we're going to go to splitter 2. Or 3. Yes, splitter 3. And it is getting the 100. And then it's going to go back up into merger 2. Okay. So what's going back up into merger 2 is going to be another 50. Alright, and then we're coming down here into this splitter. So this is going to be splitter 4. And it's getting 50. Okay. And then it's going to go back into merger 3, which is now getting an additional 25. Okay, and now it's going back up into here. So I'm going to say that 75 is going through this initial merger 3. So that means that this number is going to become 275. This is how I'm thinking about calculating it right now. I'm going through each one, and we're just gonna go through it. So now we're gonna start running everything down. And like I said, I don't know if this is the right way to handle this math. I'll probably talk about it with my husband after this. So, but this is currently the logic I was going with, and we'll see if this works for this kind of abomination. So now we have 275. It's gonna go through here. What's 275 divided by 2? Where's my calculator? There it is. I am so not going to attempt to do math right now. 137.5. Okay. Splitter 2 is going to have 137.5. Okay. Vaporizer is going to have half of that. 68.75. Okay. Merger 2. Merger 2 was this one. So it has... This is honestly the part that I'm the most worried about, since this number should affect what goes into the splitter here, but I'm not sure it does. So this comes up here, it gets 50. Yeah, so this is gonna go into what it gets from this splitter here. Man, this is tricky. This is the part that leaves me not quite sure how this is actually working, but let's just continue for now. It's gonna be getting half from splitter 2, which I established was 68.75. Okay. Because that's what's going into the vaporizer here, and this is getting split here from 137, so yes, that is right. Splitter 3. It gets the same number from the merger. Yeah, this is the part where I think the math is getting a little wonky. I think something's wrong here, and I'm gonna have to think about how to do it. When you have just something weird like this. Okay. And then half of that goes back into the merger. 34 dot... And then I think that this is where it's all getting lost. So last time I think we lost 50. And this time, I think we're losing 34. And I think this is why the number is getting so much lower. And if I can figure out a way to bring these numbers back, then it's okay. I might be doing that though, because I think that... Okay, I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna look at this again. So then we get, again, this number. This one goes into... So this is gonna be another 34. No. Yes. Yes. Okay, and then we split this in half again. 17. One, 875. Okay, and that is also on top of the other half of what's going into the vaporizer here, so that would be the 68. Okay. So the splitter is getting these numbers here, and it looks like, yeah, it's a little bit higher than the numbers that I'm getting. So indeed, I am going through this right. This might actually be okay. I'm gonna get a second pair of eyes, but I think it might actually be right. Just because there's enough shenanigans here that some stuff is getting caught in the pipes. And because there's so much recursion and random stuff happening. It doesn't feel right. Something feels wrong. But the number that I'm getting is kind of matching what I'm getting from the walking step by step through the logic. But it doesn't feel like it should be like this. Like, normally the way that I determine... I'm gonna keep this open, but I'll do that right now. Because the way I normally tell what the hell is, how much should be in all of this, is I go through and look and try to divide it by the number there. So, like when we were talking about that split pipe array that I did earlier, I guess I can bring it up, since I do have this blueprint saved. So we'll clear this and... yeah, don't worry about it. So this guy here, the way that I kind of figured it out was, okay, I'm gonna put a vaporizer here and a phylactery here. The vaporizer should be getting 2/3, the phylactery should be getting 1/3. And that's pretty easy. But when I look at this horrible pipe abomination that I put together, frankly, I have no idea what percentage of things that should be going everywhere. This is definitely not right, but... yeah, there's a weird error. I guess I must have put down the vaporizer first last time. Anyway, I'll worry about the shenanigans in a little bit. But at least with here, I can't look at this and tell how much should be going into each one. I don't think it's quite half and half. I think this side gets a little bit more. So yeah, I think I just need another pair of eyes to verify the numbers with me. So I'll do that. But tentatively, the weird error I'm getting here aside, I'm not sure why that's happening. But anyway, I'll look into that, but tentatively, I think it might actually be correct. Maybe. Maybe I should have picked a less cursed path. But I think I have to test these curves fast, and I've been going for an hour longer than I normally do. But I was having a good time, and I really wanted to fix it. So I do hope that you enjoyed watching me flail. I certainly had fun doing all the flailing. But I think I should probably stop there, or my brain is going to explode violently. And I do think that at this point, I just need a second pair of eyes. So I'll stop there. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I am glad that I decided to put my video game streams on the day after I do coding. It gives me a chance to rest before I do art. Because today was certainly a thing. Well, go make something wonderful. I will see you all tomorrow.